And the real estate side of things, I was a lender for 18 years. I still keep my license active and up to date so I can stay on top of compliance and, different types of products, to help, the buyers, the sellers, and my agents, understand what's out there. And so that once you have a license, you never want to give anything up, right? But I've been in title for it'll be 2 years in February. And my main job is to bring tools and services to the agents to help them with their business. But really all the magic happens inside the office with the escrow staff. They are the ones that are working with the lender to, balance CDs, and they're doing all the lien searches and making sure that title is clean for that new owner.
But I really like, I was going to share about was the app that you guys have. I was just talking about it to another agent in my office.
Oh, great.
Like you can pull up a seller net sheet, and I was like, this is kind of the closer to people trying to sell their home, like as far as like getting the listing.
Yeah. And showing them like different options, like, if we go at this amount, for a purchase price and put it on the market for this is what you'll net. And so you can also, there's also a little section on there for like holding costs. So if someone is trying to price their house too high, you can show them a holding cost and what it will cost you to extend it on the market.
That's
if they, so you can do that. There's like a multiple, now we all know in this time of the real estate world that we are getting multiple offers on listings. So there's also a multiple offer button that you can say, okay, this offer came in with seller concessions. This one came in with a warranty request to pay up to a certain amount, and you can kind of show them offer one, offer two. So like that. And then there's just other great things about it, like a rent versus buy. Someone that's kind of maybe on the fence to continue renting, how long will it take to recoup? When you own a home versus staying, and renting, show the clients that, and it turns it into a flyer. So you can kind of go over the flyer with their current situation. So if you're paying $1,500 a month, what type of house does that typically equate to if you want to stay within $1,500? And you can kind of show them what they can get for that. And we don't nickel and dime our clients. I've looked at a lot of closing disclosures where they have, random weird fees that I just think are not needed. It's easier just to keep it clean. So like a courier fee, there's nobody riding a bike up to the clerk of courts to record your deed. It's all done electronically. So I've seen those type of fees. But we have a closing fee, we have a title search fee, and we have a lien search fee. Those are all required in an as-is contract.
Right.
So we're not, coming up with all these crazy, $10 fees. It's just, it is what it is. But if somebody if you went to a for sale by owner, we do have a coupon to where we're able to give them some money off of the closing fee. Okay. Because, if you're going in and you're trying to get their business and bring them a buyer, we want to reward them, as well. So it's a coupon. So, yeah.
So when we do the seller net sheet, like I've run it from other sellers that I've worked with, and it's like almost to the penny. Like it's like that good average where,
definitely.
They, go through the variable costs, because depending on like what time of year that they close, they get that proration of their taxes and all that stuff out. So that's been good to be confident in what I'm sending them, because if agents don't have a good idea of what the cost is, and then we tell them what they might get, they do come back to us and, they're like, well, you told me this and this and this.
Yeah. I mean, it's always best to say it's an estimate, because like, I'll give you an example. An HOA estoppel, they're averaging around 250. But if we get title requests and we find out there's 2 estoppels, or 2 HOAs, I should say, then 2 estoppels are required. There's no way that we would know that until we get title back. So you're always safer to say, you know, this is an estimate of cost. It could go up, it could go down. Once we get the title back, you know, we'll be able to know better, you know, and more exact. It's kind of an evolving net sheet. Payoff will go down, you know, when you month by month. So you can always estimate that as well. Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, when COVID first happened, you know, we weren't sure what was going to happen with the real estate industry. You know, finding out, you know, rates are going to be, we're going to stay low, and they are still fairly low, looking at past years with the difference. But we have been putting into place, we've had people drive up in their car, where we've handed them paperwork, we have masks on, we even have shields if, you know, someone feels more comfortable wearing a shield. But, you know, when you're wearing a mask, you're protecting another person. So that's important, that we're protecting our clients and our employees. We have mobile notaries. I've done a refinance close on outside of a pool deck where I have, and I'm looking over because I'm in my home right now.
Yeah.
Where we slid the papers through the sliding glass door. I had sanitized my hands before I put the papers in the folder, and I put a brand new pen in there. I slid it through the door. I had my phone. I had the paperwork on the phone that they were looking at, and I was like, go down to page the bottom and sign. And literally I sat on the pool deck while they signed because they were at risk. So I just basically went through their backyard and sat down. We do remote online notarization. So what that is like you and I are kind of like on a Zoom link, but it's more secure than Zoom. And you're going through a couple series of questions to make sure that it's, you know, really Jennifer that's signing the documents. So everything is done online, which honestly is the wave of the future. And I know a lot of agents don't like that. They like to be able to come into the office and sit, you know, through closings. But honestly, as a buyer's agent, you could be at their house after they get the keys, and you could have a great surprise waiting for them. And then you have to sit through closing because it's long. And honestly, you know, our title agents, they know what they're doing, so they know how to explain the document, so they're safe doing that. So, you know, the wave of the future is going to be like you're sitting at your computer and you're signing every single document. Even most lenders have a lot of electronic documents that they sign ahead of time, and then things that need to be notarized are you're actually sitting in front. So it really cuts the closing in half. But that's the wave of the future. So we all have to, even like we had to adapt with, you know, CDC guidelines, we're going to have to adapt to basically you and I doing a closing kind of like this. So it's not, I know it seems like it might be impersonal, but heck, you could be at the house, like I said, just waiting.
I'm excited about the shift, you know, that because it does give you a different opportunity. Like you said, like you could open the door for the buyer, or, you know, you could meet with the seller afterwards, say for lunch or something, you know, like it could be something else that you just have to do creatively.
Yeah, I agree. And a seller signing is like 15 minutes, super fast. Some closings where it's just basically impossible for someone with their work hours, you know, to come in and do a quick signing on the weekend. So
and that's also been very helpful. Like I know you've helped me out with one of those.
Fidelity has over 60 offices in Florida. We're also nationwide. So pretty much anywhere you have a need, we can assist. And I can be that that point of contact, you know, to get you to where you need to be. So
that's a lot of offices. I didn't know you
had. It is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
great.
So sorry about my dogs.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to jump on here.
Thank you.